Hello, good day to you out there, wherever you are. This is how far the Lord God has led us to. We thank Him for the blessings, for everything He has done for us. Another blessed day to have lessons here with the famous e-learning platform by the kind courtesy of Great Victoryland Academy. It's time for maths once again, and your facilitator for today, as usual, is Mr. Amankwa George Divine. You can call me Moriwan. All right, what do we have for today under maths? Today, the topic under maths is chance, or you can also call it probability. Chance or probability. Quickly, before you ask the numerous questions, let's go through to see what chance or probability have for us. Good. Now here we are with the objectives. Our objectives are what we tend to achieve at the end of the lesson. So by the end of the lesson, we should be able to know what chance or probability means. Also, we should be able to understand the terms in probability. What are the terminologies in probability? Not only that, third point, we should be able to know the outcome of any given event. Why? Because probability comes with events. We should be able to know the outcome of any given event. Good. Fourth on my points list, we should be able to tell whether an event is possible or impossible. Or we can also have certain. We should be able to know whether an event is possible, impossible, or certain. Certain means sure. Good. Now, last on the points, we should be able to calculate for probability. This is what we have for today. Relax and let's start or set the ball rolling. Good. Now, the first question, what is chance or probability? Let's call it probability. What is probability? Another name is chance or likelihood. What is probability or chance? Here we are. Now here comes the meaning of probability. It is the outcome of events in terms of possibility, that's possible, impossible, or certainty, that's very sure. Now, it is the outcome of event. When you are given any event, the outcome of it, being it possible, impossible, or certain, or certainty, very sure. These three could be the outcome of an event. And the outcome of event is what we call probability or chance. Good. Now, let's look at some common terms in probability. Let's look at some common terms. We made mention of possible. What does that mean? Now, this is when an event can occur or happen. When an event can occur or happen, it is possible. Like a pregnant woman may give birth to a baby boy. It is possible. Is that not so? May give birth to a baby boy. This is possible. So the outcome of that event is possible, and that is probability. Let's look at the impossible and have an example under that. Now, impossible is when an event is seen not to occur. It is impossible for something to occur. What could be the example? A young dog may fly when it crawls. Is it possible? A young dog may fly when it crawls or when it grows. Let's put it that way. Can a young dog fly when it crawls or when it grows up? It is impossible. So such event is impossible. Impossibility. Now let's look at certain. This is when an event is so sure to occur or happen. A young or a pregnant woman may give birth after 9 months. Let's consider that again. A pregnant woman may give birth after 9 months. It is certain whenever you are pregnant, it is so sure that you give birth after your 9th month. So we have possible, which is likely, impossible not to occur, and certainly so sure to occur. These are the terms or the terminologies in chance or probability. Now, there is something you must take note of. The possibility of an event happening moves from 0. When it is at 0, it is impossible. It moves through from 0 to 1, and 1 is certain. And between 0 to 1 is what we have possibility, or is what we call possibility. Let's take that again. The possibility of an event moves from 0 through to 1. When it starts from 0, it is not likely to occur or happen. So from 0 is impossible. When you drag it from 0, between 0 and 1, you may have possible. And when you get to 1, it is so sure. You've ended at your destination. So it is so sure to occur or happen. So if it starts from 0, it is impossible. In between 0 and 1 is possible. And when you get to 1 itself, it's certain or so sure. This is called the scale of probability. The scale of probability moves from 0 through to 1. And when it starts from 0 is impossible. Between 0 and 1, between them is possible. And when you get to 1 itself, it is certain. Now here you are with a scale of probability. Like I said, look at where the red ink is. You could see there is something written there, impossible. When it moves, it is likely to occur. It is an even chance. So it is an even chance. It can occur, it may not occur. So in between 0 and 1 is what we call possibility or possible. When you get to 1, it is so sure. You see the thumb up there? It is so sure to occur. So that is what we have, certainty or certain, so sure to occur. Examples under probability. Let's have our first example. A bag contains 2 red balls, 3 yellow balls, 4 black balls, and 1 green ball. Don't worry about the colors. Let's take the question again. A bag contains 2 red balls, 3 yellow balls, 4 black balls, and 1 green ball. Now here you are with the question. The question is, what is the probability of selecting a red ball? Now, if a bag is having 2 red balls in them with another 3 yellow balls in the same bag, and you have 4 black balls in the same bag in addition with 1 green ball, if you dip your hand into the basket or the bag, what is the probability of choosing or selecting a red ball? Once. If you dip your hand into the bag or basket once, what is the probability that if you are not looking through the basket, what is the probability of you taking a red ball? Are you wondering how to do it? Here you are. Now let's have further explanations. In a situation like selecting a ball from a given bag, like we just had, if you are to select a ball from a given bag, like the example we just had, this is how you are supposed to go about it. The following should be considered. 1. The number of red balls in the bag should be considered. So remember the red balls, they were 2. Number 2, on the points, the total number of balls altogether in the bag should also be considered. Let's start. If you are to select a ball, like in a situation like the example that you are giving, the number of red balls in that bag should be considered. 2, the total number of balls altogether in the given bag, in addition with the different colors of balls, altogether all the balls in the bag should also be considered, the total number of balls. Third on the point is that the number of red balls should be divided by the total number of balls. The number of red balls should be divided by the total number of balls in the bag or basket. Now, let's take the example we had again. This is the same example I gave you. I said a bag contains 2 red balls, 3 blue balls, 4 black balls, and 1 green ball. You remember the question? Now, what is the probability of choosing or selecting a red ball if you dip your hand once into the basket or the bag? What is the probability of you choosing or selecting a red ball? Like I said, P equals red. The R stands for red. P, probability, that is P. So P for probability, the R there stands for red. Probability into bracket equals, now red is having 2 of its balls in that bag. So R for red balls and N is for the number of balls altogether. So probability is equal to R over N. R for the red balls, N for all the balls if you put all the colors together. So red balls are 2 and the total balls are 10. So probability is equal to 2 over 10. Now divide 2 over 10. 2 goes into itself 1. 2. It goes into itself 1. If you look at what I'm doing here, 2 goes into itself 1. Good. Now the next question is a bag contains the same 2 red balls, 3 blue balls, 4 black balls, and 1 green ball. What is the probability of selecting a blue ball? What is the probability of selecting a blue ball? How many blue balls do we have in the bag or basket? They are 3. So we shall have B, which is blue balls, over N, total number of balls. Now probability is equal to 3 over 10. What does the 3 stand for? The number of blue balls. What about the 10? The balls all together. So 3 stand for the blue balls and 10 stand for all the balls in the bag. So probability is the number of blue balls over the number of all the balls all together in the bag. So probability is 3 over 10. I hope you've understood that. Now try your hands on this. I'm giving you the same question with 1 minute. A bag contains 2 red balls, 3 blue balls, 4 black balls, and 1 green ball. Are you okay with the question? What is the probability of selecting a black ball? Have you remembered the steps? I said a bag is containing 2 red balls, 3 blue balls, 4 black balls, and 1 green ball. What is the probability of selecting a black ball? I'm waiting. 1 minute, just have this simple example for me. Don't forget the method or the formula for doing it. I'm waiting in just a minute.
Yes.
I believe you finished. You had P is equal to the the black balls all over the total number of balls. So the black balls were 4. So P is equal to 4 over 10. First of all, P is equal to what? B, which is black balls, over N, the total number of balls. B for 4, N equals 10. So 4 over 10. Divide 4 into 2. A half will be 2. Divide 10 into 2. A half will be 5. So altogether we shall have 5 on 2. Sorry, 2 on 5. Or 2 over 5. Let's take that again. I said the black balls are 4. So probability P is equal to B over N. B for black and N for total number of balls. So B, that is black balls, are 4 and the total number of balls are 10. So probability is equal to 4 over 10. When you get that, divide 4 into 2. A half is 2. Divide 10 into 2. A half will be 5. So you shall have 2 over 5 as your answer seen on the screen. That is, I believe you got it wherever you are. That is how to solve for probability. Don't forget all the time the targeted number of balls over the total number of balls. Let's have the second question. A fair die is tossed once with a possible outcome. If you throw a die for playing Ludo, the Ludo die. If you throw it, what are the possible outcomes? You are likely to have either 1 or either 2 or either 3, either 4, either 5 and 6. We don't have 7 on the die, but we have from 1 up to 6. So it is likely you have or you obtain one of the numbers. Now, if a fair die is tossed once with a possible outcome, like I said, what is the probability of you obtaining 2 on the die? What is the probability of gaining 2 or playing 2 on the die? Now let's solve it. P equals a possible outcome. P for probability. Now probability equals E. That is the possible outcome, which is the 2. 2 over 6. The 6 is the total number of outcome. We shall have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times. That's the total number of outcome. So 6 times 2 over 6 is the probability of playing 2 or obtaining 2. Now divide 2 into 2, half is 1. Divide 6 into 2, a half is 3. So the possibility or probability of obtaining 2 on a die is 1 over 3. Now try your hands 30 seconds on this one. The same question. A fair die is tossed once with the following outcome: 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3 up to 6. What is the probability of obtaining 4 on a die? What is the probability of obtaining 4 on a die? Now here you are with the answer. Probability, we have 4, which is the target number, over 6, which is the total number of outcome. So divide 4 into 2. A half will be what? 6. A half will be 3, and therefore a half will be 2. So the probability of obtaining 4 on a die is 2 on 3. Or you can also say 2 over 3. Again and again, I'm telling you that the probability is equal to the targeted number over the total number of outcome. I hope you're okay with that. Good. All right. Good. So now let's have our evaluations for the day based on what we've learned. Now here you are with your questions. A basket contains some fruits such as 4 apples, 3 mangoes, 8 oranges, and 5 bananas. The question again. A basket contains some fruits such as 4 apples, 3 mangoes, 8 oranges, and 5 bananas. Question 1. What is the probability of choosing an apple once? Check the number of apples. What is the probability of choosing an apple once? That is the number of apples divided by the total number of fruits altogether. I've taught you the first one. Number 2, what is the probability of selecting an orange once? The same procedure. Number 3, find the probability of choosing banana when you dip your hand into the basket once. I will come your way again next time for maths, but until then, please, Corona is still in town. Stay safe, wash your hands, and observe all the necessary protocols for your own good. The name still remains Mr. George Amankwa Divine. You can call me Moriwan. Till we meet again, it's bye-bye.